Hey Ron, how's it going?
Going pretty well, Frank. I'm just getting ready to take this last section of the foundation for the chimney and underpin it. I've already underpinned this side a couple of days ago. I just did this today. I want to give it a chance to harden up. And then I'm going to remove the center section here in order to unify the whole structure, because the chimney is leaning out and back, and I want to stabilize this so that we can go ahead and do some work on the walls up there above the windows. They've pulled out a little bit because the chimney's been moving.
I see you got your tent.
Got my little canopy over here because two things: the rain. It rained on me a little bit the other day. I certainly didn't want to get that into the concrete. And also the heat. It's about 95 degrees out here, and this sure breaks up the heat.
It sure does.
Hey, welcome to Antebellum Restoration number 4. We're going to be showing you today a few things that we've done in order to stabilize the foundation a little bit on the chimney, and also take a look at some of the chimney over on the other side, which has had some water infiltration and consequently has caused us to have to take some of the bricks out and redo those. One of the things, Frank, that we really need to do is, over the years, the water has come down off the roof here, and it's just been dropped out right here onto the ground, and it's run underneath this chimney. And as you can see, the crack has opened up all the way about 8 or 10 feet up on this thing, and it's really destabilized this portion of the chimney. Now, it got so bad at the bottom that the bricks actually broke loose from the mortar, and water infiltrated, and after a period of, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 years, whatever it was, consequently, the bricks were no longer attached to the chimney, and you could just reach in there with your hand and pull them out. And what I'm going to do is take a section out right here, and we're going to get some more lime-based mortar, and we're going to put the bricks back in. We've got a pile of bricks in the back there. We're going to put them back in and see if we can lock this together a little bit better so we got some more stability. And hopefully, they're going to divert this gutter here and send the water out toward the road and get rid of it, because it's been causing a lot of problems over the years. What we're going to do now is, the owner of the house has told us that there's a clay pit just across the crest of the hill here. We're going to go up here, and I'm going to do a little bit of digging and see if the clay up here is not the same kind of clay that's in those bricks there. Because as you can see, the house is right here, and the clay pit is just over this little knoll here. So the pit's not so far away that it takes a long time to do the making of the bricks and haul them back to the house, but it's certainly out of sight. So you couldn't see all the operation that was going on up here if you're sitting down there at the house. Let's go up here and see if we can find some clay, Frank. Okay, we're on top of the knoll here, just behind the house. And as you can see down through there, there's a big depression. And that's where we were told that they mined the clay to make the bricks to build the house. So I'm going to go down here a little bit and dig in the ground a little bit and see what kind of soil we can come up with. There's an ant hill right there, Frank. And of course the ants pull soil from out from under the ground. And you can see there that that's the same kind of clay that's gone into the composition of the bricks. Let me not disrupt their home here, but let me go over here just a little bit and we'll dig down. That feels like clay to me. Yeah, we're getting into it a little bit right there, Frank, you can see. It's already, and we've only pulled off maybe a couple of inches. We're already getting into the red clay. You see it there?
Sure do.
Yep. So as you can see, it's not going to take far, it won't take long to get down to the kind of clay that they used to make those bricks with. So I'm pretty confident that this is the area from which they took the clay, fired it up, then took them down there to the house to build after they'd cool. Pretty smart. You can't see it from the house. A lot of operation going on here, a lot of activity, but you'd never know it by sitting down on the porch having tea. Well, Frank, here's the graveyard that was actually started, I don't know how many years ago, by some of the homeowners here. And the inscriptions are pretty well worn away. We don't have time to do it today, but somewhere along the line we're going to come back up here with some tracing paper and some graphite and see if we can pull some names off here and some dates and go back to the owner and see if they might be aware of who these people were and at what time, of course, they lived and were buried here. So that'll be a little bit of an investigative opportunity. We'll have to have some adventure doing that. I think some of these folks are supposed to go back to the 1700s. Well, we've actually got a couple here in memory of Sarah Smith, born February, 1772. My goodness. Can't really read this one, but if we bring some tracing paper up here and some graphite, I think we can go over these and bring some of those details out and find out what these inscriptions are. Let's go over here. Now, the bad thing is these tombstones are made of limestone, which is very easily dissolved over the years with pollution and kind of a mild acid rain or whatever you get from the weathering of the elements. But I still think we can bring some of this stuff out of here and bring some of these back to the point where we can find out who these people were and maybe ask the owners if they know anything about the history of these folks. There is Susanna Smith, born April 1812 and died September 1840 something. I can't see it. She was 29? 29? I don't know. We'll try to bring some of this stuff out a little more effectively when we come back and put some tracing paper on there. Maybe take it to Photoshop and digitally enhance it a little bit and see what it really says. But you know, it's really great to stand here and know that if you looked around here 150, 160 years ago, these people were walking around doing their daily chores, living their lives, and you know, we're here to kind of see the same things they did. This house is still there, the grounds are pretty much unchanged, and it's just fun to kind of go back in history here and come and see where these folks were put to rest. We'll see if we can find out some more about them later on. You know, over there, Frank, you can see the barn that's fallen down over there, and in the next few days we're going to make a little trek over there for a couple of reasons. One, we're going to find out if any of the wood can be used, any of those big planks can be used to resurface one of the porches up here, because that's old growth wood. That barn was built in the 40s or 50s, and I guarantee you there's probably still some great wood over there we can use to resurface this porch on the side. And two, over to the left of that, there's the slave graveyard. And we want to go over there and pay our respects to those people who, with their blood, sweat, and tears, built this beautiful structure behind us. We're going to go over there and look around a little bit and see what we can find out about those folks. And I don't know if there'll be any inscriptions, but there'll certainly be some things that are going to be real interesting and real exciting to look at over there. So we're looking at that in the next few days, Frank.